everybody. Fletch from All Things Overlanding here. On today's episode of the podcast/vlog, we've got a very special guest. She's actually been on before, but the last time we kind of focused on one of her other projects. So on today's episode, we're going to be talking to Cindy Pope, who runs a company called Northology Adventures. She is also one of the KOAR people, KOAR, get it? People that run the KOAR, KOAR, Keweenaw Overland Adventure Retreat, Expo-y type Overland Adventure Retreat type thing. But so anyways, after that awkward introduction, Cindy is going to be with us again today for a quick interview to talk a little bit more about her other project, which, as I mentioned, is Northology Adventures. They are the ones that put out the free digital Overlanding magazine that you should definitely check out. So down below you can see in the description a link to Northology Overland, which will take you to her page. And about halfway down the page you can subscribe actually to get the newsletter / magazine when it comes out each month. There have been 2 issues so far, and I've been lucky enough to write in both of them, so thank you to Cindy for giving me that opportunity. And but there are a ton of other super talented people in there, more talented than me, that have written some really cool articles and told some really cool stories, so you should definitely check it out. So without further ado, let's get to the interview.
Yay, KOAR is sold out for this year, so we don't have to, I mean, we can talk about it. It's already been there.
Yeah.
My business that I do that out of is called Northology, and I named it that because north was the direction we always went when we were kids.
Yeah.
What are you doing this weekend? Going up north? Yep. And ology is, I don't know how the English terminology is, but the body of knowledge.
Yeah.
A study of going up. So, it was, it just started because I couldn't stop taking pictures of places I go and things I do.
Yeah.
And I started sharing those online. And that was the start of it. I didn't know what I wanted to do or what it would end up like, but I knew I had to start turning the wheels.
Right.
And get a direction or get something started. That's basically it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you did, because now I get to go to KOAR and I get to see your magazine all the time, and I'm in the magazine, which is pretty cool. I'm always proud to share it. Hey, everybody, someone published me in a thing. I don't know what they were thinking, but.
I think it's going well. It's the second issue is out today. For July. Little panic last night at 3 a.m. when I couldn't load up to my publishing platform.
Ugh.
So fun fact, I actually had to publish it through my phone this morning.
Oh, jeez.
What you get it done? I have an older Mac that hasn't been updated before it was given to me, and so the browser's not up to date, and I just need to upgrade, and I haven't. So that's going to happen soon. But thank you, Jack, for the computer. It's gotten me this far.
Nice.
So I love when people are happy to have their short stories shared, or have a place to tell them. And that's kind of like going along with the photographs thing. I do have some of my pictures in there too, and some of other people's pictures. And just as it kind of correlates to the whole overland thing, I think everybody that goes out in the woods in a truck also either fishes or camps or rides a mountain bike or kayaks or, all that stuff. So it's kind of overland flavored, but there's a lot of different things in it.
Yeah.
We have a guy that is a trail runner, and he loves to share his stories. Yeah. And of course, you and other people around the mid that have been so kind as to hop on board and say, "Hey, we want to be involved."
Does that trail runner guy go barefoot?
Oh yeah, Doug. No, that was just a photo illustration. He was talking about picking out the shoe for trail running and his transition from being a road runner to trail running. So
nice.
fun fact about making a magazine is you don't always have the most awesome pictures, but there is stock photography that you can use, and
Yeah.
that was the case there.
Nice. Yeah, well,
So yeah,
I've always
I'm super
been
excited.
really impressed with how everything looks in the magazine. You know, like I give you a couple pictures and like some like a Google Doc with text in it. And then when I look at the magazine, I'm like, okay, this is the stuff I can't do, right? Like there's no way I can take this stuff and make it look this pretty and this like nicely laid out. But it's always neat to see how everything comes together.
Well, thank you. I enjoy that. Also, another fun fact about me is I'm an art school dropout.
Nice.
And 25 years ago, I was looking at classes to take, and I was like, commercial art, this is ridiculous. There shouldn't be anything commercial about art. And actually, I really should have dove in there with both feet because I love designing things. I'm not that great at it. I'm learning. I think the magazine, will start to look better and have its own kind of flavor and feel.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun, and I love doing that part.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I know, you said, that you're doing this full time now, right? The Northology thing. So I'm curious, how's that going? Like, I'm sure it's stressful, but like, tell us some of the ups and downs and kind of how that's going and what that life is like, I guess. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, I'd love to. It is stressful. When you leave a 9 to 5 job and say to yourself, well, I can do this, and maybe people will pay a little bit of money to do it, or I can do this. I think just the thing that pushed me over the edge was the KOAR events being successful to the, like we're not raking in thousands and thousands of dollars, but I figured if I made enough small income streams that they would add up,
Yeah.
Not just put all my eggs in one basket, so to speak. As far as that goes, the events I've been doing, I had a whole like calendar of events. I had rat cards printed up when I went to the Moore Expo. I had this big fat stack of really awesome stuff designed by my friend Mandy. Thank you, Mandy. With events I was going to do, it was a little ambitious, and then the pandemic hit, and some of those I had to cancel. But we rolled with it, and just a couple of weeks. What was it? Last weekend or the weekend before? It was Father's Day weekend.
Okay.
My dad bought a ticket to my event on Father's Day. I should have remembered it was Father's Day. Treated him, but he had already bought it. Yeah, what I plan to do, what I did here, finding a venue that will host us, find some cool activities to do, and then just make an event, make it reasonable. And so we met at True North Outpost. They're a great host. They have a small camping area there that we had pretty much to ourselves. Although the raft guides also, I totally got to get into this raft guide life. I'm going to go up there and do like a whole expose on raft guide life, because these people are so much fun, and they live at the camp summer, and they take us down the river. So we went rafting with them, and and we went out just driving around on the truck trail, had some fun in our Jeeps. And we had an Xterra. Ben was there with his Xterra. We had a 4Runner. We had a couple of Wranglers. And just a really nice group of people. Small group, because, we just still want to kind of stay distant, maybe.
Yeah.
Thank gosh for these masks.
Right.
Hide the wrinkles and stuff. I'll always be happy about the pandemic for that.
Yeah.
And then, side note too, that wear that shamag thing, the big scarf that like you see the Palestinian people. I totally get it now.
Yeah.
Keeps
that would work
ticks off of your, keeps this neck, and then you can just go into the store.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was a fun event. The people at True North again are great. Shout out Evan and Austin and Nate are wonderful hosts. And that place also has so much more to offer too. They have indoor climbing, they have mountain bike rentals. You can do overnight canoe trips with them.
That's cool.
All sorts of cool stuff. But yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to work, like, partner up with locations that I can bring people to. Is that people have time? Like, where did you go? Well, how, I don't have a bike, or I don't have this, we can still, make things work like that depending on. So there's lots of options. But it is scary. It's like for the first week that tickets are out there, you're like, is anybody going to buy these? Does anybody want to go to this? Does this sound stupid? But we had a blast. It was so much fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that. I love that idea, because like I'm the same way, right? Like I say this all the time, and it's really bad of me to say as a quote unquote overlander, I guess, but like I'm not as great at like the planning side of things and like thinking through all the details. Like I am pretty detail oriented, so I make like a checklist of things I need to bring. But like I kind of just want to, like, I like that idea of like I'm never going to be the expert of the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway because it's far away from me, or West Virginia or wherever. So like I do kind of like the idea of like someone that is really knowledgeable about the area that could like just show me the cool stuff, because that's like my biggest fear is driving 4, 6, 8, 10 hours away and then just being on gravel roads or highways the whole time because I didn't know where to go, and like it's not a very fun trip, and then it's kind of a waste of time in a way because I didn't get to see some of the cool stuff, or I didn't, and not that everything has to be planned, but it is so much nicer. Like it's totally worth paying $100 or $200 to somebody to say, hey, come hang out with me for a weekend and show me all the cool stuff that you know about that I would never know about without hanging out with you. So I love that idea.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love like introducing people to an activity like, say, whitewater rafting or kayaking or canoeing. And I like sharing that with them. So it's just kind of a natural progression of, taking people out and then just like, hey, I don't even know you, but let's go.
Yeah. Let's hang out. Yeah, that's awesome. I'll put a link in the description below to that as well too, to True North, because I can find that. I know it's on KOAR's website, so I'll link to them too.
Yeah. And I've got I'm putting up pretty within like 24 hours or so. I'll have an event live for August. I think it's like the 13th, 14th, and 15th.
Okay.
Where we're having another summer camp weekend type thing. So. And at True North again. So they're awesome. I like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, tell me more about like events that you've done. Like, do you have any like funny stories or exciting stories or anything super cool that has happened on some of these events that you've led? Because they seem awesome.
Well, I thought it was super exciting to hear the screams when we were going over the rapids. I had seen the rapids before, the waterfall. It's Mystic Falls. I had seen it before from the hiking trail, and it looked terrifying to me. And as we're paddling up, I'm like, I got this fear in the pit of my stomach. I'm like, oh, I've been on whitewater a lot, but like never been over like a 10, 12-foot drop in 2,700 CFS on a class 4 rapids, and everybody's like paddling along, yay! And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're gonna die. So that was exciting for me. I had seen it before, and we went through and the first run wasn't exactly perfect, but they bring a second raft with and drop it off before you run through so that you can hike back up and go down in the second boat. And we crushed it the second time. It was awesome. Our raft guide, Joe, shout out, River Jesus. He took us right through the rapids. We got walls of water in our face, and it was a blast. That was a lot of fun. But like events I've done, like I think just when I think about, say, like KOAR, the thing that really strikes me, and it's not exactly exciting or I don't know. I'm just stunned and thrilled and amazed at the people that came together to help me pull it off and make it a success. And I think the whole community, the vendors and volunteers, make it what it is. And it's just, to me, that's awesome.
That is awesome. Yeah, and I've heard
So
like nothing but good things about KOAR, and obviously this year will be my first year, but I'm excited about it because like Jeremiah, every time I even mention the word Keweenaw, he's like, "Yeah, it's awesome. You need to go." I'm like, "All right, Jeremiah, chill. I get it. I'm going. I'm going this year. I'm going." But yeah, I'm super excited. I mean, it's just I love that
yeah.
community feel. I think that that's a huge part of overlanding, right? Is that like people just get along and they help each other, and I think it's different than a lot of like other car scenes and things like that.
Yeah, I think generally people just want to reach out and hang out with other car camping nerds, and they get excited to see what other people have done to their vehicles, and
Yeah.
how they set this up or how they do that. It's funny because I have a rig that is so like ordinary and bland, but I could still go out and have fun with everybody
Yeah.
and use their refrigerator space sometime.
There you go. I want one of those so
But
bad. I want a fridge so bad.
I don't. I had one,
Yeah.
and I left my Jeep somewhere to have to work on it, and I forgot it was on. It killed the battery.
Yep.
Just and the more things I have to maintain, the less likely I am to maintain them.
Yeah.
So I got a cooler for $5 at a garage sale, and it works fine.
Nice. Yeah.
You know.
So now I have a battery pack coming. So I got like a power generator. And so that's part of the puzzle because like I went camping a few weeks ago for like 2 days and a couple nights straight. And it was kind of cloudy and my truck I didn't park it in a good spot where it was in sun a lot. So my solar wasn't really doing as much as I wanted it to. And I could not get my laptop to charge. And my whole plan was to make a bunch of videos and get a lot of stuff done. And like I was really mad at myself after the trip because I'm like, man, I wasted a bunch of time because I wasn't prepared. So now I bought this power generator, and my plan is recharge that off the solar, but then at night run like a fridge with it, charge up my laptop. Like it's still independent, so I don't have to worry about killing my vehicle, but or my starter battery, but at least then I could run some stuff like that is my thought. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe not.
That's true.
So
Yeah. Again, I'd break it, or the solar power thing. I'd forget it somewhere. It just
yeah, you just need more
that's just
built-in
me.
stuff that's permanent. Like build a giant drawer system like I did, or build a crappy wooden rooftop tent box that's like sleeping in a coffin for yourself, and you'll be just like me. It'll be perfect.
It would look like, I don't know. I couldn't build a square box to save my life.
Me neither. I just have talented friends. I didn't do anything except tell them what I wanted.
Right. Not my style. But you know what? That's fine. I think I got a lot of friends that do custom stuff, and their ingenuity just amazes me. And again,
Yeah.
I just think that's part of the group together, is just like seeing what people do,
Yeah.
being a part of that. And
Yeah, I think you're right.
I got something.
Yeah, what?
I got something. I forgot. It's gonna be awkward.
Make it awkward. It's fine.
Woohoo! I just when the pandemic started, there was a local printer in our town that said, "Hey, what can we do to help everybody out? What can we help to do the business? What can we do to help the businesses that are closed right now, that aren't bringing any money? Hairstylists, pet groomers, restaurants, things like that." And they said, "Hey, we'll do a pre-order for shirts for you guys. And when we can get back in the shop and print them, we'll print them off." And I don't know what the numbers are. We jumped on pretty quickly. We just got our shirts today.
Nice.
I think they sold like 8,000 or 10,000 shirts.
Wow. Yeah.
And it was just really cool. Oh, did you order one?
Yeah, I ordered one a couple months ago.
Awesome.
Yeah. But I think it's coming.
Well, thank you, everybody that ordered them.
Sure.
Yeah, you got a notification. Thank you to everybody that ordered those. I'm sorry, I just don't think Rock Red Art Deli realize the response they were going to get for that. You know,
Amazing.
they've been printing shirts like 24 hours straight.
Wow.
And kudos to them. And for putting up with my email going, where's my shirt?
Yeah.
And, but everybody that ordered, that was super awesome. I just felt like a big electronic hug from everyone, if you will,
Yeah.
when the order was through. And, it was awesome. So yeah, and you know, also too, we'll probably in the near future have some merchandise on the website,
Cool.
probably by KOAR at least. So some
Nice.
probably like logo wear, and then maybe some fun stuff.
That's cool.
You know.
Yeah, you should. More swag is
It's a
always
cool
better.
logo, but
Did you see? I just got my patches in,
right.
and they're super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did see, because
I
you're going to trade
did.
me some stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna trade. Yeah, I do have new stickers in black and in white, and a couple different sizes. And
Yeah.
yeah, we'll trade
Or so
something
far away,
up.
we could
So
just do it there, but that's months away.
yeah, I think we need to do that sooner.
Yeah,
Mail. By mail.
mail it. It's not bad to mail attach. I figured out. Well, cool. Well, tell us, you know, we talked a little bit about the magazine, but you want to talk more about kind of, I don't know, like, if you need anything for the magazine, if you're looking for writers for the magazine, what your goals are for the magazine, like just anything that you want to talk about with the magazine. Because I personally, as we've already discussed, I think it's super cool, and I think people love it, which, by the way, if you're listening to this on the podcast or watching it on YouTube, in the description below, there is a link that will take you to Northology Adventures website. Just scroll down to the middle of that homepage, and right there you can sign up for the digital magazine. It's free, so, and it's awesome. But tell us more about it. What are your goals?
Yeah. Well, first of all, like you said, go subscribe. You will get a follow-up email to confirm that, because I know somebody told me, there was an email in my spam and it was for your magazine. So check your email. Make sure you get that confirmation, and then you'll get it. My goal for the magazine is just to, you know, I don't know, share stories and pictures, and I'd like to, you know, I think it's about 32 or 34 pages right now. I'd like to grow that. I'm seeing for the next few months, you know, 5 or 6 features in there that we've been doing, and, you know, a couple of small tidbits. But yeah, I think pretty soon we're going to be able to start paying for content. It's not going to be big, but, you know, people that take time out of their day to contribute, much like yourself, again, thank you. You know, we want to throw you a little something, and then you can say you're a paid author.
There you go.
I'm a professional
I'm gonna put that
writer.
On my LinkedIn. Yeah. We need to get on LinkedIn.
There you go.
Because I'm telling you,
I was back in my life.
Yeah.
See, again, to me, LinkedIn is like people telling me that I need to make accommodations for 500 people at the next KOAR group. You know, it's a little too much.
Yeah.
It's just, you know.
I think LinkedIn's interesting.
And not that
I put all things overlanding.
I was.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Gotta love internet. You go.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I was involved in it before in my former life as a certified water specialist and water treatment salesperson. I got old. It's you know, very salesy and business. I get that there's a place for it, but I think I'm doing okay where I am.
Yeah. I'm interested because I see some businesses on there. I think there are a lot that are not on it that I'm kind of surprised by, like big companies, like the CVTs of the world and that kind of, I mean, they may be on it. I'm just using that as an example, but like big brands are not on there. But there are some like really small, like overlanding centric stuff, and there's not a ton of content on there. So I feel like there's like a lot of like adventure travel type opportunity on there. And it's weird because that piece of LinkedIn is like its own small community. So like I think I have like 80 people that follow all things overlanding, but like I get quite a few people that like my stuff usually, and like I only post stuff like related to businessy things. Like if I review something and they happen to be on LinkedIn, I'll do it and I'll tag them to like give them some exposure. But like I put your magazine on there and just said, hey, if you're looking for overlanding content, go check this out. And like I think like 3 or 4 people, I posted it up a couple hours ago, but I think 3 or 4 people already are like, oh, like, you know, like maybe they're gonna go check out the magazine. I don't know. You know? So we'll see. I don't know. I want to grow it, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Good.
Yeah, more context. There's nothing wrong with that,
Sure.
you know. I have so many irons in the fire that I can, you know, barely keep up with those.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'm not scheduling posts so that when I'm doing something over a weekend or a weekend, I'm like, oh crap,
Right.
Facebook is telling me I haven't talked to anybody in a long time. I better check that out. So
yeah,
I don't want LinkedIn telling me that too.
Right. That is like the only thing that I've kind of come to the conclusion of with social media is I used to think like I needed a content calendar and like when am I going to post? And now I just gave up on that. I just try and when something interesting happens or I see something cool, I post it and then that's it. And so like it's tougher for people. Like I can't say I post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday because I'm just not going to do it. It's no fun. I want it to be fun.
Yeah.
And organic. So I'm totally with you.
I think that's what drives the I don't know what you say. It sounds like it's taking ourselves so seriously, but you know, it is supposed to be fun and you want to connect with people. I run mine like what am I up to today or what's inspiring me today? You know, what adventures that Mark is doing right now that I really wish I was at.
Right.
Boy, he grinds gears. But yeah, I just what are other people doing? I've started sharing a lot of in my stories, like accounts I follow that like make me happy or, you know, just are fun things. And just try to high notes like on the stories and stuff. But I mean, it's just crazy to think like I told you I started with pictures.
Yeah.
You know, me taking pictures on a phone and basically now I run my life through this thing.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling.
It is weird. Like that's my kids were playing iPads earlier and I said, "No, you need to get outside and go do stuff." And they were like, "Oh, Dad." And I was like, "Do you even realize like when I was your age, like we didn't even have phones. Like you couldn't even call anyone unless you were at your house." Like it's just so different. They don't even, you know, and my kids are different because I take them overlanding with me and stuff. So like they're pretty rough and tumble compared to a lot of people's kids. But like if I didn't do the camping overlanding thing, they would be the biggest wussies ever, you know? Never leave the house.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Back when I was a kid, we were watching the Looney Tunes on Saturday morning, trying to get out of mowing the lawn, you know. But yeah, I just I'm back about like 90% of my friends right now are because of Facebook. You know, Wisconsin Jeep Owners Group was a huge part of that. Meeting a lot of people that I do stuff with now, and just grew from there. Just you know, and so now I have friends in Wisconsin and Michigan and you know, Washington State and Austin, Texas. And it kind of stinks though, because I don't have time to go to all those places and see all those people. Although I am going to Washington State for 8 days in the middle of July. I am so thrilled. Yeah, we're going to steal my friend's husband's Tundra.
Okay.
And we're going to go camping. I'm going to go look at the Space Needle. I don't care about any of that stuff in Seattle. I want to go to the mountains, North Cascades, Mount Baker. That's where we're doing. She even bought a rooftop tent.
Wow.
She has no clue dedication. How awesome that is.
That's dedication. Tell me
what's that? Well, they probably were thinking about it before, but I just pretend that it's because they're overland friends coming to visit, so they have to like spruce up the place.
That's probably it. I think you're right.
Yeah, I'm super excited though. I love, you know, going to new places. I'll probably fall in love. That's why they moved out there because they fell in love with it. And they've been out camping and hiking and all this stuff. So I'm super excited to go out and see the area, and I'm super excited to see my best friend that I haven't seen for like a year.
That's awesome.
So she's my adventure buddy, and we're gonna, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, the Pacific Northwest seems really interesting to me. Like there seems to be just so many different biomes or whatever, if you will, like different climates that you can get into in like a few hours drive.
Yeah, that's what my friend's Tony, her husband Ken, he's like, you go, 2 hours this way, it's the ocean. You go 2 hours that way, it's the mountains. You go 2 hours another way, it's the desert. It's just,
Yeah.
they have everything out there.
Yeah.
And barely any winter, which you could go up the mountain to get winter if you want it.
I want winter, but it'd be nice to choose,
Yeah, if you had your choice.
Right. When I'm feeling like winter, I'll go up and get my winter instead of being forced into winter.
Basically, yeah, that's basically what he said. They lived out here in rural Illinois and had a 3/4 mile long driveway that got snowed in one really bad winter, and it was a disaster. And he ended up snowshoeing to the end of the driveway so my husband could pick him up so they could go buy a heater to warm up the engine of the tractor. It was a huge mess, and he was done with winter. But he said he loves it out there. If they want, they can go get it, and if they don't want winter, they just stay in the valley. So, but I'm so excited to be in Washington State.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I'm jealous. Cool.
I'll send lots of pics.
Do what? Sorry.
I said I'll send lots of pics.
Okay. Yeah, I'd love to see them.
Pictures.
Yeah. Any other projects you're working on that you want to talk about? Any other secret projects or anything that you want to get out there?
Well, if I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Well, then don't tell me.
But no, I don't. I'm trying to, just doing more events, growing the magazine subscription, reaching more people. I do want content. If you have pictures or stories, get a hold of me. Advertisers, we're pretty reasonable, and we reach a wide variety of people that all have something in common. And other than that, I can't. I'll get off the chat here with you, and I'll be like, oh, I forgot to tell him this.
Yeah.
And
if it's anything super important, send it to me, and I'll put it in the
it must not. Right. No. Just KOAR's coming up. I'm getting ready for that. And getting ready for another Northology event. We're probably going to do a couple more after KOAR too, and squeeze in some family and friends time between them. And that's about it.
All right, everybody. So that was the interview with Cindy. And I wanted to say thanks again to her for coming on the show. Thanks again for her being a sponsor. She's just a great person. She does some really cool stuff. She knows a ton of people in the overlanding world, and she always tries to help everybody. So I appreciate her. I appreciate everything she does. And I hope you guys are excited to get to know her more as well. So thanks again for watching the episode, and we'll see you next time. Take care.